Azhar issue. India has expressed disappointment with China, and sources say it is still working with members of the Sanctions Committee. New Delhi has once again reiterated that half of the UN Security Council's co-sponsors the proposal to designate Masood as a global terrorist. Sources also say India will show patience as long as it takes, and that the country is cautiously optimistic that Masood Azhar will be listed. There are issues China has to resolve with Pakistan. And joining us now is our correspondent Abhishek Jha for more on this story. Abhishek, well, we just learned of how France has spoken of freezing assets of Masood Azhar, even as China continues to stall India's campaign to ban him, to put him on the list of global terrorists at the UN Security Council. Can we say that all these measures and all that's been happening, these are a major step forward in the fight against terror?
Rukma, India's diplomatic outreach has actually paid off well when it came to banning or including Masood Azhar's name in the prohibitory list of United Nations Security Council. However, technical hold, India is still hopeful that they will be able to negotiate it through. There is a time frame through which this technical hold can be discussed, and more evidences and more convincing approach could be extended from the side of India, because India is one of the India wants this person to be listed in this prohibitory list. Meanwhile, what support India has gathered is a huge support. 14 members out of 15th group of United Nations Permanent Council, of which 4 are permanent member and 10 are non-permanent members. All of them have supported India's bid to ban Masood Azhar, who is chief of Jaish-e-Mohammed in Pakistan. And now when China has put a technical hold, India is still hopeful that it will patiently pursue this matter until and unless Masood Azhar is not put in the banned list. India's effort on this direction will not cease. It will continue to pursue this.
Right, but Abhishek, what does it mean when it's said that there are issues that China has to resolve with Pakistan?
See, while putting a technical hold, China has not given any explanation or any reason behind it. It has just said that it wants to that this whole technical hold and the time it will entail further. It will give more time for the members to deliberate on the issue, to share evidences, and to be convinced and create a consensus among United Nations Security Council to reach on a consensual agreement while listing this person into this banned or prohibitory list. Meanwhile, while this whole process of deliberation will be on, Indian sources are telling that the direct talk with Chinese diplomatic officials are very much on in New York, in Delhi, and in Beijing. Especially India has been updating the whole, especially P5 members of the Permanent Security Council on the issues post Pulwama attack. All the development that has happened post Pulwama attack, India has been updating them on real-time basis, and this has been well appreciated across the globe, that India has been able to bring on board all the important nations, especially those who have some sort of stake in international geopolitics. So that's why India has been able to garner this much of support. While China's issue is concerned, China has its own geopolitical interest in this region of the world. While it uses Pakistan, or China and Pakistan's alliance most of the time is used against countering India's India's impression or perception in this region of the world. So it has its own financial interest, because China has a huge infrastructure project developing almost across the length of Pakistan till to the port of Gwadar. Also, it has a huge military and armory support system that it extends to Pakistan. So Pakistan is a huge buyer of Chinese weaponry, and this all has its own interest. But at the issue of terrorism, when globally all the nations were on the same board, China has opted to kind of side along with its old-time ally on the issue of terrorism, and not putting terrorism on the front while here.
Right. Right, Abhishek. Well, thank you very much for joining us there. Well, 14 UN Security Council members are strongly in support of India and India's stand in the UN Security Council to put Masood Azhar, chief of the JEM, on the list of global terrorists.